What is up, you beautiful people? You Sabronis, you CamDog lovers, you chain haters. I've been getting some comments on the chain. That's why Mr. Scott had to sing at the beginning. Yeah, comments like my friend Tyler Austin trying to why you gotta wear it? Because I do. All right, live with it. It looks. I don't know. I don't know why. It's real.
Very distinguished.
Hey, we got a lot of different random things to talk about. A lot of non-sports real quick, and then some sports. I didn't give the shout out last week, but my firstborn, his second birthday was Thursday, so I guess we were closer to shouting him out this week than we were last week on Monday. But my firstborn turned 2 on Thursday. Man, it's crazy, right? Like it goes by quick. I remember the day he was born. Felt like it was exactly 2 years ago and some change now. But he's not a baby anymore, and I always view babies like baby can't walk. Once a baby starts walking, becomes a toddler, and then
True.
I don't even have a toddler anymore. I have a little kid, man. Like he is crazy. He's up everywhere. He loves the Tony box. If you know what the Tony box is, shout out the Tony box.
Frosted Flakes?
No, it's this little speaker box for kids. And you get most of them are like Disney characters, and you get it, you put it on, it'll play music from that movie and whatever, and some of them have stories. And there's no screen or anything, so if he wants to go to the next song, you hit it on the side, it'll skip to the next one, you double tap it, it'll go back. It's cool. Anyway, he's got a few of those, and there's some that he loves, and so that was his main gift from mom and dad. He loved it, but got a lot of.
Are you sick of any of the songs yet?
Of course, and he's so funny. He'll put it on, and then he'll leave and go to another room. If you take it off, he'll come back and be like,
"You son of a! Why'd you turn it off?
What are you doing?" So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened last Thursday was Grayson's birthday, number 2, and then on top of that, we got some landscaping done at our house. We got all our weeds and stuff pulled. Got some nice dark stone. My wife chose the Malin Black. It looks really, really nice. Shout out to listen, we were that between that and the River Rock, and she made the right choice. Shout out to my friend Austin and Marcus. They did it. They own this company, Buckeye Restore and More. Austin, this is your shout out, buddy. This is your review. And so I
smell a potential sponsorship.
Listen, they gotta see this. They're busy men doing yard work and stuff, but really awesome job. So if anybody that is listening to this, any of our loyal fan base is listening to this, it used to be
so far we have Austin's company, we have Kelly's Candle Company, and your OnlyFans foot page. Those are 3 sponsors?
Chambers in his million business.
That's right. Hey, listen, we're hitting the high dollars.
Ricking it up with the big whopping $0. And our last bit, this is the most important news of all. That's non-sports related. Friday, we are getting album of the year. Sorry, album of the decade. Sorry, album of the century is dropping on Friday. Are you excited?
I'm gonna assume it's Drake.
It is a new Drake album on Friday. Iceman is finally coming out after all these years. So don't
good
talk
for
to
him.
me
You know,
on
it's
Friday.
It's 2026, and people are always willing to be able to feel comfortable enough to do that.
Iceman, be nice to the man. Put you down on some rice, man. You shaved your head because you're lice, man.
You are totally earning that rapper chain. Clarence has really nice parents. So, anyways,
hey,
so
all right. You ready to talk some football? You're talking some football?
Yeah. Let's do it. Dive in.
Okay. Today is the official halfway point to the college football season. Since the national championship ended, we have just been on this upward slope, getting day after day after day.
Downhill from here.
News, spring game. We get there. We are light at the end of the tunnel. It might be a little far, but man, we are there. And you got May, you got June, you got July, you got most of August. But man, we can see it. And spring is obviously over for all these teams and everything. So we are just in the nitty gritty of finalize or camps as they come up these next few months and everything, and then training camp obviously when that starts up. but rosters are set. You know what you're dealing with, and it's time to just get ready for this next season. Ohio State dropped some new uniform news today, going the All Blacks today, or next season again.
Yeah,
so I'm excited. We are halfway there.
And the thing is, you're right. You're starting to say you're accepting the transfer portal and transfers for what they are, and you are starting to say, okay, this is what we have. We are accepting this, and we're moving on. Now, on top of that, you're also still recruiting. You're trying to get players and such, and filling out rosters for future. But as far as next year and preparations, this is it. You're making your playbook around, and you're strategizing your defense around. And I've been reading a lot of stuff about how certain players are starting to step up for Ohio State and wanting to fill those roles for those great players that were lost in the draft. And that's where this stuff happens. And we always talk about baseball, like what's the most important part of the season. And so many baseball fans are like, oh, the beginning, oh, the end. It's not. The most important part of baseball is July. Late July, because no one cares. It's the part of the season, but that's when teams make or break their season. It's usually at that spot, and they start getting hot or they start falling off the ledge, and that's kind of where college football is right now. This is where you find your leaders. This is where you develop them, and the iron sharpens iron. So yeah, this halfway point. This is the important part.
Yep. And for us as fans, it is really hard to go day by day, and you're going to hear news, you're going to see news, to be patient. It will be here soon. I'm excited to see when it finally comes, when we're at that light at the end of the tunnel, to see Earl Little Jr., to see all these guys that replace the Caleb Downs, to replace the Sonny Styles, the Arvo Reese, and that work happens. It's funny you say July, because that's when the work really happens.
Sure.
That's when it is the most gruesome. It's just weightlifting. It's weightlifting. It's there with Maradi. It's there with your strength coach every single day. Even high school football, like June and July. Yes, there are camp days incorporated in the schedule now, because when they moved to the playoffs expanded a few years ago, week 1 moved up, and so you have less time of acclimation. So we're allowed camp days in June and July, but the work gets done in January, February, December, March, those 4 months for high school football. Then track season happens, and some kids you get busy with track, you get busy with baseball. You don't get that grind as much as we do in the December, January, February, March part of it. But man, now that like June and July hits, this is where like good teams become champions. For same with college football, this is where great teams become champions. Is that work and not just the weightlifting part, but the teamwork part that goes into all of it. It's a good time. So,
and I've heard a lot of stuff out of Marcus Freeman, and we bash on Notre Dame and their pansy attitude towards college football playoffs and bowl games, but he said, we've had a great offseason, the best offseason I've had since I've been here, and he said we would not have had that offseason unless we took ourselves out of the equation. He said, I know we took a lot of flack for it, but it's paid off, and I think it will pay off for them with that combined with their cupcake junior, college A&M transfer schedule. They're going to be in a good position come college football playoff. So
yeah, I guess real quick, just because you brought it up right now, and obviously this is going to change by the time we get to our college football preview show in August. But right now, who would you say your 4 favorite teams are to make this? Let's go to the semifinal, and obviously rankings can change and all that. But your 4 teams right now that you think like I would put money on, or I'm confident in saying these 4 teams are semifinal teams.
Penn State.
It's a hot take.
It is a hot take, but I'm telling you. They're just kind of the same thing. Matt Campbell's going in there, and you never know what's going to happen. But don't be surprised. They have a favorable schedule as well, and so they're changing culture and everything. But I think he's a good coach.
He comes in with a good quarterback with bringing this guy from Iowa State and Rocco back. So
yep,
all right,
Texas, and it's just easy just because they have what they have with the with Manning coming back and everything.
Yep.
Boy, kind of caught me off guard. Ole Miss, if he comes back to play quarterback, and that's always the is Tristan coming back? But if he comes back, Ole Miss, definitely. Are these really hot takes for you?
All three. I mean, two of those three are, yes.
Okay, that's fine. And then I'm kind of thinking probably at Georgia. They're just always loaded. They're always loaded. I'm interested to see what happens. I'm interested to see what happens with Miami. I know, but I'm interested to see what happens with Miami. I know people want to say Ohio State, and I would like to say Ohio State, but their schedule is so brutal, and I don't know. You just never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go maybe all four, no surprises, but I'm gonna go Ohio State, Notre Dame, Indiana, and Texas. I think are the four best teams in the country next year. Yes, Ohio State's schedule is brutal, but here's the thing we talked about many times: you go 10-2 in college football and make the playoff and be just fine. And I just don't see a scenario where Ohio State loses 2 games. Like Ryan Day's too good of a coach in the regular season to lose 2 games anymore. Even if we lose early to Texas, like I'm gonna believe that we're gonna be Indiana, Oregon's at home. Like it is tough, but like it also means you'll be battle tested by the time you get to the playoffs. So as last year, were we really ever battle tested enough to where when we finally got to that big one, it mattered?
That's the thing.
That means a lot. So.
It does, and that's the thing. That's why I didn't say Notre Dame, and I didn't say Indiana just because, man, they lost a lot of talent. And I know he's a great coach, but they lost a lot of talent, and you're going against some teams that now they have people coming back. I just didn't – they had a magical year last year.
Until he doesn't do it, though, I'm going to believe that he can always be in that opportunity to do it. Let's do one more thing, Ohio State-wise, before we get into the big picture. I want to talk expansion of CFP and college basketball. Real quick, it's not really a rumor. It's basically been confirmed that Ryan Day is sleeping with a 2027 quarterback recruit's mom.
No.
And the kid ended up committing to a different, obviously close to Ryan Day, and the kid ended up committing somewhere else.
That's true. It's a true story.
James Yoder, the Michigan dude, he's the one that kind of broke it. It's like, people have been okay with it this entire time, and nobody's really fought against it. But that's been confirmed, and Ryan Day's son, RJ Day, is committed to Northwestern. So.
There's no surprise on that. Chip Kelly, who is Ryan Davies, man hero.
Mentor.
And man crush. Right. So, it totally makes sense academics-wise. I mean, he goes to DeSales. It's not like he's going to, Beechcroft. No slam on Beechcroft.
He got to be Ashland last year. Did you see that playoff game between DeSales and Ashland last year?
That'd be a great game, though.
And it was foggy then. I got real foggy, and that game, it was because it was such a nail biter at the end. There wasn't the running clock. Like we had a running clock by that point, so we didn't play in the fog. But DeSales and Ashland, it was such a tight game. DeSales ended up winning, and there is fog everywhere. I mean, it's a cool scene. You get some point in time to go look back at it. And RJ Day, obviously the quarterback for DeSales.
Right, and it's one of those things where I would be great if RJ Day went there and had an unbelievable 2 years and then transferred back to Ohio State for a year or something. That'd be quintessential, Hallmark movie kind of crap, But I think that's a great move. He doesn't have to have the pressure, the nepotism, pointed fingers if he went to Ohio State, I think it's a good move for him. And with Chip Kelly, he's going to learn more. I think it's a wise move, and good for him, man. Good for him. I mean, Northwestern, that's a great school, obviously, so good job.
Last thing college football-wise is also college basketball discussion. Obviously, college football, there's been so many rumors. Is it going to go to 16? Is it going to go to 24? A lot of things are saying it's leaning towards the 24 route. I'm not going to act like I totally understand the whole 24 concept and everything, but – it's just something in the future. I guess as I've listened more and more about it, I'm not completely against it as much as I thought I would be. At the end of the day, if it means that more meaningful games are happening in November and December and January, that's cool. People want to say it devalues the regular season. Sure, it devalues the regular season a little bit, but at the same time too, like it doesn't mean it means that you don't lose one game or two games and you're just completely out of it. And then it makes sense for Ohio State to go play Alabama next year. It makes sense for them to go play Alabama in 2 years, Texas this year. Like you get those games in early season. Again, the battle tested games, the games that mean something. If you lose it, you're not out of it. You can still go play tough conference games and lose it and not be out of it and make a run. And it gives more opportunities to that, which I'm all for. Because before college football, like think about this, like Ohio State in 2007, right, when they lost to Illinois, should have been out of it. It took all luck in all the world for Ohio State to find themselves back into the national championship game. In 2014, like you lose to Virginia Tech, they had to fight tooth and nail. They came down to the very last week for them to get in. 2015, they lose to a great Michigan State game, and they don't even get a chance to repeat as champions. There's been so many great teams. Notre Dame last year. Notre Dame was I believe, a top 5-6 team last year, but they didn't earn their way in. They lost their 2 games. They didn't get to be in. And in 24, they're automatically. So you're going to always get all the best teams in, and then it gets to really be like great football games at the end. Because other than like Indiana, Alabama, was there any college football playoff game? Or I guess like, and I'm not counting the Oregon JMU and the the one that whoever the other Tulane or whoever else got in, right?
Tulane, yeah.
Green Wave. But like every big school, first big school was really good college football playoff games. I mean, Georgia and Ole Miss fed that game fed families, right? Even Ohio State, Miami, like as much as it sucked as Ohio State fan, like it was a good competitive game, and it just that's all we can ask for, and especially when it gets to the playoffs. And your best teams are still going to win it.
There's a lot of it's just difficult because football has so few games, but there's a lot of mirroring between college basketball and big good teams play each other early at tournaments, invitationals, whatever, or just even one-offs, conference challenges, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of different ways it's being spread. But if you allow that and it works out well for college basketball, why not do that in college football? And then so if you allow more people in, you're right, it does allow for more teams to take those chances because it's not as pivotal if you take a loss. There is that. The problem is it does cheapen I made the playoffs. I made this. And it has to be done the right way. And you look at the NFL. There's 32 teams, right? Okay, how many teams make the playoffs in the NFL?
14.
14 out of 32. How many Division I college football teams? Right. So how many college?
134 FBS. Yeah.
Right. And so you start.
And FCS has even less, and their playoff is 24. So.
Right. And so, but the big difference is the parity between number 1 and number 24, and you start saying, okay, is this worth it? A little bit like what they did with the high school football playoffs, where it's like, why is one playing? This is stupid.
I agree.
You start kind of.
I think 16. I think 16 is the best answer. I think 16 is the best answer with no automatic. It's just the 16 best teams, and we don't have to invite the JMUs, those teams, unless they're truly a top 16 team, which we talked about before. And we'll do this discussion more and more later on. I do want to kind of get going into the college basketball part because now I don't like expansion. 4 is perfect, right? No, you don't need your play-in games on Tuesday, Wednesday, but they're there, and 68 works. What they're going to the 76 or 78 or whatever it is far too much. It is far too many by a lot. Like you're 12, it down. You're 12. Every 12 is a play-in game now. You're not going to see the 12-5 upsets like you did before because the 12s were good teams that just kind of that got in and were on court. And now you're going to lose that. It's just too much. It's too greedy. I don't like it at all.
It's like a 12 seed might be like a San Jose State Technical School of Beauty or something like that. And it's like, and they come in there and then holy crap, they upended, Miami, Florida or something, or Illinois. It's like, holy crap. And yeah, you're going to have less and less of that. It just waters, it cheapens it. And again, that's the danger, I think, with the college football playoffs being 24. It's just like at some point it just cheapens the value. It's like a expansion of playoffs in college sports is like baseball cards in the 90s. They're really cool and it's awesome. You'll get some good cards, but the problem, there's so many of them, it's kind of cheapening and it's worthless. And after a while, it's like, and it's so, I don't know. It just, I don't know. It's not as exclusive. That's part of the fun is the debate of who the top 4, who the top 8, who got left out in the March Madness,
I want great games. I want good rounds, but I don't want to be watered down. And there's a balance of that college football just doesn't know. And college basketball had for so long, and now they're just trying to ruin it even more.
Yep.
Before it's 96, and then 128, and then everybody. I mean, and you're right, the dollar talks. That's what it's all about. Last sports discussion for the day. Obviously, the NBA playoffs is still going on. The Knicks are the hottest team right now, I think.
Dude. Holy
second
crap.
to win. Obviously, the Thunder are really good. We'll talk about the Thunder in a second. Pistons, Cavs, that game is actually going on right now. Do you have the score in front of you?
I do not. I just got home from playing softball, man. I went 9 for 10 tonight. That's right. We won both games, too. Won both games.
It is currently 56-52. Detroit is up. If Cleveland ties it or wins it, it's 2-2. That series, I think is going to go to 7. I don't think either of those teams are going to beat the Knicks. The Spurs and Timberwolves are tied 2-2. Wemby got ejected. I think that the Timberwolves or the Spurs ended up winning that one. I don't think the Spurs though can beat the Thunder. And I'm going to go on a rant about the Thunder Lakers real quick because I came on here last week. I said Lakers in 7, and yes, it's just being silly. Part of me still had believed. I think that though the Thunder are a really, really, really great team. The Thunder get to play a different game of basketball than everybody else does, and they don't need to have to play that game of basketball in order to win. I think that like game 1, it wasn't as egregious as maybe some people want, but game 2 was awful. In game 2, the Lakers were up like 4 in the third quarter, and the Thunder went on like a 14-0 run, 4 straight possessions with free throws, and people are like, yeah, well, the Lakers are shooting the same amount of free throws or more. It doesn't matter how many you're calling. It's what you're calling and when. And I think, one, Austin Reeves is spending too much time arguing with the refs right now. Just play basketball. Let the coach argue with the refs. Let the fans be pissed off about it to the refs. But for you to, every single possession, just more and more and more and more, whine and whine and whine and whine, it's throwing the whole game off. And the Lakers, 3 straight games are tight at halftime or up in the third quarter at some point, and the Thunder just blow them away out of the water. The Thunder are a great team. They're going to do that without all the extracurricular, and everybody flops in the NBA. Everybody flops. The Thunder do it to an extreme level that is just annoying and ridiculous, and it honestly embarrassing how much they get away with too. And Shai Gilgeous after game 2 said, well, in basketball, the more physical team wins. When you get to play a different brand of basketball than everybody else, yes, you're going to win. When you get to be more physical than everybody else and not get called for it, and then just get called for it, when somebody breathes on Shai and it gets a call, that's where it just becomes ridiculous as a fan. I really do think this should be a 2-1 series, and with Game 4 being tonight, instead it's 3-0, and then obviously the Lakers are dead because no team's ever come back from down 3-0.
Right.
It's certainly not going to happen without Luka. Man,
right.
it's just it's annoying.
That was the backbreaker. Yeah, that was the backbreaker. Luka not coming back. It's like man, it's just disappointing. I think for Lakers fan. Now, I was talking with my dad yesterday. Do you think LeBron will stay in Los Angeles next year?
I do. I think there's gonna be drama all off season, of course, but I do think that he's going to end up still being a Laker when it's all said and done.
At what point do you think he'd come? Do you think he'd come back to Cleveland for his final year?
No, I think that I honestly don't think he wants to be a distraction in Cleveland, and I don't think Cleveland's that close to winning it, even with adding LeBron. I think the Lakers are closer to being able to compete because the Lakers need a center, and they have a lot of cap space this summer. They got Austin Reeves' contract. Obviously, they're going to be in the mix to trade for Giannis. They're in a better spot than now. If the Cavs didn't have James Harden, then I would say yes. But they traded for James Harden, and I just think they handcuffed him too much, to where I just don't think now. In the East, LeBron can go back over there and get him back right away, and then you have one series against one of the top teams in the West. But I just think that the legacy ends in Los Angeles. I would be surprised if he really does leave. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up retiring. Like, I really wouldn't.
Yeah, you're right, because like I said last week, he goes to Cleveland. Sure, Cleveland might win the East. You're still at least three teams better than you in the West. And that's the thing. It's always an uphill battle. And I'm
the fact that there's expectations on him to be as good as he is at 41 is just insane. Jordan was allowed to go play with the Wizards for 3 years and gamble and drink every night and go out there and shoot up 30 shots and nobody expected him to win. But LeBron at 41, it's a failure when he's going to get swept for the fourth time in his career, in his long career, playing more playoff games and series than anybody else. And every team that he's got swept by is a great legendary team. And I don't know, the fact that he got them here is impressive, but people want to dog on it when they end up, he's getting swept again. I don't know.
Listen, I'm not a LeBron apologizer. However, I do think he should not be taking the brunt. He did get them this far. He helped get them this far. In fact, he picked up a lot of slack that they should not have been there to begin with.
Yeah.
And it's a credit to him.
Part of the series is on him too. Like he's been whining with calls a lot. He's doing the same thing as Reeves says. But at the same time too, like, LeBron has shot over 20 attempts in the paint this series, and he has 7 free throws to show for it. 20 attempts in the paint over a 3-game span. He has 7 free throws to show for it. If Shea goes to in the paint 20 times, he's getting free throws 15 of those. I mean, it is just insane the level of disrespect that LeBron has, not just this year, but his entire career. And it's just the proof's in the pudding this year with it. This series specifically. So,
we'll see what happens. But you're right. It's going to be 4-0.
The GOAT debate is coming this summer.
Oh boy, I love
we got 2
goats.
things left. We have your CamDog conversations, and we have your blind ranking. Do you want to do your blind ranking first, or your
do the blind ranking?
Okay. Today's blind ranking is NFL quarterbacks for next season. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. Your first one is,
and then one's best, right?
Yes. Dak Prescott.
8.
Wow, that's low. People are putting Dak Prescott as an opportunity to maybe make
there's one problem.
Win MVP.
Here's one problem. The Cowboys still suck, and they haven't done anything since I was a little kid.
Well, they got the best safety in the NFL now, Caleb Downs. Matthew Stafford.
Go 4. He got some dogs there coming in there, and they're still good.
It's pulling up Tom Brady and Matt Ryan. It's just ridiculous. Let's go.
So I've done 4 and 8. Go on.
Let's go Sam Darnold.
10.
10?
What? 10.
10.
Listen, and you know why? Because I remember the Sam Darnold that's been in the NFL for the last 4 years, and he sucked eggs like nothing else. He just happened to have a really good run team and a great defense.
He's got his night vision goggles now, buddy. Joe Burrow.
Prove it once. Otherwise, you're like Eli Manning, and you just win twice, but you really suck. Who'd you say, Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow. Jose Burrow say.
I'm going to say 5. They have some offense, but man, that defense, good Lord, they still need a lot of help.
Cam Ward.
I wish the Browns and the Bengals could combine. Who?
Cam Ward.
I'm going to go 9. I'm going to listen. And again, what did he do last year? Produce something for once. At least Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl, but he won a Super Bowl a la Eli Manning style. Go ahead.
Jaden Daniels.
Ooh. Assuming he's healthy?
Assuming he's
healthy, 2. I'm a big believer in him, dude.
I do. I like Jaden Daniels a lot.
Yeah,
CJ
I like
Stroud.
him. And I tell you what, Macy was the one, she's like, you got to watch this guy. He's really good. I'm like, whatever, LSU, bad lob. And then I watch him like, okay, this guy's legit as long as he's healthy. Yep. Who?
CJ Stroud.
Boy, so many interceptions, so little time. I'm going to go 7. He just kind of pooped his pants last year. That's a mental thing for him.
He
Physically, awesome. But
he definitely bounced back.
He's got to overcome it. Yeah. Next.
Hold on. Again, this it's got some old ones in here. It's pulling a Tom Brady, whatever. Patrick Mahomes.
Assuming he is healthy.
You have 1, 3, and 6 left.
Yep. I'm gonna go with 3. I'm gonna go with
Wow.
3. I
right.
Listen. Andy Reid's back if he's healthy. They are favorable in a division where they could do some damage if he's healthy, and he's a proven winner. It's got to be 3. It's not bad enough to be 6, but I'm not confident in a 1.
All right, you got 1 and 6 left. Deshaun Watson.
6.
I was hoping you'd say that.
And here's the thing, if I could have like any 1 through 10, I'd probably have him like a 3 or 4, because he is capable, but it's a little bit like C.J. Stroud. It's this, but the problem is C.J. Stroud has this just because bad play in a couple of quarters. But Watson has this because,
Yep. Yep. Do you know who you finished at number 1 then? Number 1, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Well, and Aaron Rodgers supposedly isn't leaving Pittsburgh, right?
God,
they say?
I don't even want to talk about it. We can talk about it next week.
Yeah.
All right. Get your conversation done. We will end this early tonight.
Okay. What is the most important game in a 7-series event? What's the most important game? It's too easy to say 7, but it's not. Yeah, 7 can't, because that's so obvious. But what's the most important game in your opinion?
Obviously, Game 3, because no team's ever been down 3-0. You could be down 2-0 and win that one and still have a chance. You could be up 2-0 and really almost secure yourself winning it by winning Game 3. Obviously, baseball and hockey have had it done, but in the NBA, it's never been done. And in hockey and baseball, it's far from in between. And so I would say Game 3 is just the most important of, like, really can set a series. And if it's 1-1, whether you're the away team or the lower seed and you get to go home for Game 3 and take a chance to go up 2-1, I'm going to say Game 3.
Yeah, I was stuck between 3 and 4, because you get in that 4 mentality of, like, but the only exception why 4 wouldn't be if it's already 3-0, kind of done. You know what I mean? But that 2-1, it's like,
I thought your CamDog conversations have been non-sports.
Okay, you want to do another one? Memorial or Labor Day? Memorial or Labor Day? Which one's just better?
Oh, man. Oh, that's so tough. Labor Day strictly for football. Labor Day means that football is here. Memorial Day, because, like, after all our, especially as teachers, right? We get work. It's just been all a grind of work, and then it's here. It's a nice day. You cook out with your family, with the friends. You don't have to be inside watching football. You can enjoy, like, that first, like, man, the weather's beautiful. We'll be out, and we're out here. Oh man, that's tough.
That's tough, man. But Memorial Day, don't, lest we forget, it's for those who went before us and served before us, right?
I know.
And so it's you run into that. But it's just at the beginning of summer, whereas the end of summer is the beginning of football, and so you're like, wow.
Labor Day is like you've been at work now for like 2 weeks, maybe 1 week by yourself, 1 week with kids, maybe 2 weeks with kids, depending on where it falls. And then you get a day off, and you get football. Like, you get just that whole weekend of college football and everything. The NFL is there like 3 days later. I got to go Labor Day for the football aspect.
I'm going to go Labor Day, and here's why I'm going to go Labor Day. And it's the dumbest reason, and if you don't like it, screw you, because it's our podcast. So those of you who are commenting, and you're commenting, comment. Go ahead. Comment, like, disagree, be all you want. No one cares.
Memorial Day or Labor Day? Say it right now.
Labor Day. And here's why. Because we don't have to spell it with a U. Labor Day. Labor. We don't need that Canadian crap of labor. We don't need Boxing Day and all that crap.
Yep. Hey,
See, my wife is even saying.
I thought you were getting yelled at again.
No. She probably not yet. Soon.
Hey, my Dr. Pepper consumption was getting out of control. I've been drinking a gallon of water a day, and I refilled it tonight so that because I was gonna get thirsty here. I was about right here before the podcast. Drink a gallon of water a day before I'm allowed to drink any Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, what's causing this life change?
I was drinking a lot of Dr. Pepper. A lot of Dr. Pepper. So I figure, I see all the benefits of drinking a gallon of water a day. And so I figure, like, let's do it.
How many were you drinking a day? How many? How many were you drinking?
2 to 4 or 5.
2 to 4?
Yeah.
What do you have to, like, pee every 10 minutes? That's a lot of sugar.
I am now. It's zero sugar. This is zero sugar.
Man, Wilford Brumley is somewhere going, I told you so. I told you so. Diabetes.
Refreshing.
I feel like we were just on Grown Ups 2, where, like, after they had made love with their wives there in the kitchen, drinking all the water together.
Yeah, that's the first one, I think, too, but I don't know. Hey, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all those great things. If you've made it this far, comment what your favorite type of water is. I go with drinking water.
Purified water is by far better. I hate spring water. It's like drinking a battery.
I know. I'm refilling this one every night with my fridge, and it takes well over 3 minutes to fill the whole thing. I'm just standing there, holding the button.
Could be like Bear Grylls and just start peeing in it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for the good of the order?
I think that's it. I'm ready to go eat dinner.
I will see you next week.
Yes, oh, easy.
Oh, jeez. Now I got to cut that. Jamal.
Because if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat.